It's the middle of the week. We're that much closer to the long weekend, and we're waiting for the sky to clear across much of the 401 corridor in Ontario into southwestern Quebec as well. As you go north, it is completely clear. A beautiful sunny day from Algonquin Park into Petawawa, North Bay, Sudbury, Sault Ste. Marie as well. But it's been this stationary boundary that we have right here. Over the last couple of days, there have been showers, even a few thunderstorms. Today, it is dry for the most part, except for the eastern townships in Quebec. Could see some rain and thunderstorms there. Temperatures are comfortable. They're close to seasonal for this time of year. A bit cooler to the north, but with all that sunshine, it is going to warm up this afternoon. Winds are light in Toronto, a bit stronger up to the north, gusting to 39 kilometers per hour in Wyerton. So as we go through the remainder of today, still more clouds than sun, an isolated shower around London. And I mentioned the eastern townships, 21 in Montreal, 19 Kingston, 21 in Peterborough. Bright sunshine to the north, but as this boundary sinks south, the sun will be back with us. Thursday looks like a great day. We'll talk more about that and your weekend forecast still ahead.
In Montreal,
Welcome back. The sun trying to poke through the clouds, not having much luck, at least in Toronto, although it is brighter than it has been. And we're seeing a temperature that continues to climb, reaching close to 20 this afternoon. East-northeast wind at 5 to 15 kilometers per hour. We will eventually clear out. It likely will be tonight, so that tomorrow morning we start off with more sunshine and it continues throughout the day. A beautiful Thursday on tap for the entire region. 16 degrees, 17 degrees currently in Toronto. 16 in Chicago, 15 in Quebec City, 12. The rain has stopped in Winnipeg, 14 in Calgary. A little cooler, but still smoky around Yellowknife. They've been in and out of the smoke because of fires burning, not just in that province, but also BC, Manitoba as well. Some good news for the forest fire situation. This jet stream coming onto the coast has quite a bit of moisture and higher humidity, and that is alleviating some of the risk out west. So good news for that early start to the fire season. Meanwhile, here in southern Ontario and Quebec, there is some clouds today. Not much more than that, although we may see a pop-up shower along the lake breeze. Lake Erie, Lake Ontario ends up being a bit of convergence. We had that yesterday and we may get it again today. For tomorrow, none of that. Clear skies. And then here comes our system. Let's get it out of the way before the weekend, shall we? Friday does look wet as that rain moves through, eventually making its way into eastern Ontario by evening and southern Quebec by Friday night. But there is hope. Brighter skies coming up for the weekend. Look at this, 22 on Saturday, mostly cloudy, only a slight chance of a shower. Sunday, mostly cloudy, 23. Monday looks fantastic, 23. And then we stay above that 20-degree mark right through next week. Now for Montreal, even milder. Look at this, Sunday, 26. 78 Fahrenheit, 24 on Monday, 25 Tuesday. Yes, a slight chance of rain, but as far as the May 2-4 weekend goes, that's pretty good. Candace, back to you.
sounds good. Thanks so much, Anthony, and thank you at home for tuning into Global News at Noon. Have a great day.
Even though it was a cloudy day, you can feel the temperature rising. Bill joining us now with a first look at the local forecast as the long weekend draws closer. How you doing, Bill?
Pretty good. A little drizzly out here right now. Cloudy and just a light drizzle. Calm, though. No really strong winds. It's quite nice, actually. And that chance of showers should wrap up through the overnight. We might actually get some parting of the cloud, too. We had a couple sunny periods today, but for the most part, it was mostly cloudy. Tomorrow, you can expect temperatures temperatures drop to about 12 tonight as some fog patches develop tomorrow. A mix of sun and cloud. Areas east might see a little more cloud than the Belleville, Quinte, and Kingston areas, but we are looking at very minor probability of showers closer to the lake, 20 to 30% probability. But other than that, it looks like another decent day and really good temperatures into the low 20s across eastern Ontario. Again, is it going to stay that way? And how's that long weekend shaping up? We'll find out in just a few minutes with your full forecast. Stay tuned.
First Weather is brought to you by Aubin Windows and Doors. For premium products, award-winning service, and professional installations, visit aubin.com.
Weather is brought to you by your locally owned Midas in Belleville, Brockville, and Kingston. With the industry's best warranties and over 1,000 five-star reviews, come and experience the Midas difference.
Yes, a little bit of cloud and drizzle currently. We're looking at that cloud to thin out. Some fog patches developing tonight as well. Partly cloudy tomorrow. Any probability of precipitation is very minor, like 20 to 30% through the afternoon. And that's not part of any low pressure system, just what they call daytime heating or convection. As things build, those clouds build through the day, there's always a possibility. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now outside. So don't worry about any kind of showers. Until Friday, late Friday, we see the probability of showers moving in 40% through the afternoon. That could grow overnight, but we're hoping at the rate in which these systems are moving, they'll get right out of the way, clearing Saturday for a beautiful long weekend. Enjoy. Let's hope it stays this way and Mother Nature doesn't change her mind. We know she can be fickle. 19 degrees Kingston for a high today. Yeah, nearly 20. You want to bet it was probably closer to that away from Lake Ontario. 18 in Brockville, 20 in Smiths Falls and Ottawa, 21 in Belleville, Peterborough and Oshawa, and 20 in Toronto today. So everybody either on the mark or just above that for daytime highs. 18 is where we're sitting now. Northerly winds at 13 kilometers per hour. And it's pretty cloudy out there. We were getting a little bit of a drizzle and a mist in the last hour. Just a trace through the overnight, and now through the late afternoon we see that daytime heating creating a little bit of a drizzle mist and a buildup of some cloud coverage, but that should thin out through the overnight hours. That fog could thicken up though as we see those mild temperatures and a high level of humidity. And one of the reasons why you see when there's no low pressure system apparent in the region and there's actually a ridge of high pressure, there's still a little bit of cloud and that small probability of showers is due to instability, because of that moisture level. When there's a high humidity, you can get that cool air that's aloft as a result of this high pressure can present itself through daytime heating, a little bit of cloud and a small bit of drizzle or shower. But the organized lows that bring in the real rain, they're going to be out of the way until sometime Friday afternoon, late afternoon, evening, or even overnight for areas east of Kingston. So enjoy the sunshine tomorrow, and we have these lows are sort of lined up, tracking through. I know it looks a little ominous, especially this stuff here, but we're hoping that a ridge of high pressure in the north should build enough to keep a lot of this south of Lake Ontario and move it out to the Atlantic, and high pressure building in behind it as well, taking over for your long weekend. So let's just hope and pray that that is the case, because so far the models are exhibiting this. So there's that small little bit of drizzle. Tonight we see the clouds thinning out. A partly cloudy condition overnight and through the day tomorrow, mix of sun and cloud. In the afternoon there's like 20% probability, maybe as high as 30% over the lake and to the east, south of the border as well. But really not much of anything until Friday afternoon. After the lunch hour, we started to see that cloud increasing, and then that probability presents itself through the afternoon Friday and into the evening. But as you can see, the bulk of the activities over Lake Ontario, south of the border, to the east. We're only looking at about a 40% probability through the late afternoon, evening. That may grow overnight as things start to cool down a little bit, 60, 70%, but we hope to see that push right out of the way Saturday, early Saturday morning, and we see some clearing. So Belleville, a high 23 and a mix of sun and cloud tomorrow. Enjoy that. Friday, an increase in cloud leads to a chance of showers showers later in the day. It could be a 30% probability in the early morning, but hope to see some clearing a little later in the day by a mix of sun and cloud through the afternoon. Brockville, you're also looking at that small probability, but that starts overnight for you. And through Saturday morning, by the afternoon, we hope to see some partial clearing. And in Smiths Falls, that probability moves in at 30% through the late afternoon, early evening. Friday, Saturday, you can't complain about these temperatures, 24 degrees. Keep in mind, too, there's a bit of a point spread between the temperature and just how warm it feels. There's about 4 or 5 degrees difference between the temperature and the humidex values. So that 24 over Friday and Saturday in Smiths Falls, that could feel more like a 28. That 40% chance of showers should be out of the way by the afternoon Saturday. I think everyone by Saturday evening, guaranteed across eastern Ontario, should see that long weekend shaping up nicely. Kingston, a high 23 and a mix of sun and cloud for tomorrow. Friday, an increase in cloud leads to a 40% chance of showers through the late afternoon, early evening. And we see that it could increase to about 60% probability overnight, but we hope to see it out of the way in the morning. That cloud decreasing in the morning, clearing up by the afternoon, a mix of sun and cloud, a high 22, and a beautiful Sunday with a high 23. Holiday Monday, a high 22, mix of sun and cloud, and it just keeps pouring into your Tuesday, a high of 22. Come Wednesday, though, the chance of showers returns, but still on the mild side, up to 21. Your seasonal norm is only 19, so it's above norm. Enjoy those temps and a pretty good long weekend. Now it's time for your weather wallpaper.
Weather Wallpaper is brought to you by Christine Geary's Maple Leaf Tours Travel Cruise. Visit mapleleaftours.com to get into the picture.
Paul Lance of Belleville sends this one in. He was visiting South Foster Park in Belleville and managed to catch this frog just chilling like a villain. Lovely shot. You can hear them at night, too, chirping away. It is mating season. Pretty soon there'll be tadpoles all over the place in those puddles and ponds. Paul, thank you so much for sharing your photo. If you've got pics, share them with us. It's submissions at ckwstv.com.
Yes, lovely picture and a lovely forecast. Bill, you have redeemed yourself.
Yes, let's hope it stays that way. Remember,
well, yeah,
it's only Wednesday.
I know, but after a string of weekends over the past month where we've had pretty good chance of showers at some point on Saturday or Sunday, at least it looks like some of this long weekend is looking very good.
Yes.
Indeed. Okay, and we'll look beyond that in the 10-day forecast coming up later. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Mike. Well, Bill says the long weekend looks promising, very nice, but what about beyond that with the 10-day outlook?
Well, let's have a look. That chance of showers very minimal this evening. It's going to be diminishing quickly. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and cloud expected. For Friday, a high 21, and there is a chance of showers late in the day, but it's a small probability. That could increase overnight, but hope to see it end in the morning, and then some clearing through the late morning, early afternoon, hoping for a mix of sun and cloud through the last half of your day. For Sunday of the long weekend, high 23 and a mix of sun and cloud. More of the same for holiday Monday, a high 22, a mix of sun and cloud. Mix of sun and cloud Tuesday with a high 22, and it looks like an increase in cloud Wednesday, a high 21. We start to see the chance of showers returning and temperatures dropping off. Highs of 17 Thursday and Friday, even though temperatures drop, that's still pretty good, 17. As high as 18 comes Saturday of next week as the chance of showers returns at 60% probability.
But there's a good run in there, Bill, of 20-something days, and that doesn't include if there's any humidex.
Exactly. Over the next few days, it could feel 4 or 5 degrees warmer.
I notice you have your fireworks on the Monday, and indeed many communities will be lighting them off, hopefully not over your head, but in Kingston, we should remind people that the civic fireworks are happening at Lake Ontario Park on Saturday.
That's why we're quite happy with the fact that the showers are going to end early Saturday morning.
And the wind shouldn't be a factor either.
No.
Yeah. So Lake Ontario Park is the place to be unless you've got a cottage or somewhere else to go to. Anytime, I think, from 1 p.m. onward, lots of family-related activities leading up to fireworks at dusk. We'll be right back.
Your long-range weather is brought...
Locally owned Midas of Eastern Ontario with lifetime guarantees on brakes, suspension, exhaust, and now on tires. Come and experience the Midas difference.
We had another nice day today. That probability of showers was quite low, though there's a lot of moisture in the air. That humidity does create some instability, so we're We're edging our bets and hanging on to about a 30% probability over the next 24 hours, but I'm being optimistic, looking at another nice day again tomorrow, and your long weekend is looking better by the minute. 19 in Kingston today. We had an 18 in Brockville, 20 Celsius through Smiths Falls and Ottawa, a 21 in Belleville, Peterborough, Oshawa, and 20 in Toronto today. Temperatures slipping a little bit, still mild overnight with a low of 12, some fog patches developing and partly cloudy skies. For tomorrow, a mix of sun and cloud and rising to a 22, which is probably going to feel more like a 26-27 thanks to that humidity. Northeasterly winds barely moving at 10 kilometers with the occasional gust at 20 kilometers per hour. Let's take a look at that long weekend in a moment with your full forecast.
Hi, Keith.
You're watching CKWS News at 11.
It was another nice day today. It wasn't completely blue sky all day long, but we did have our sunny periods. Temperatures weren't bad either. It's a bit of a northerly breeze, so if you were caught in the shade under a dark cloud at times, it would be cool for a moment, but for the most part, a very nice day. High pressure is really settling in nice. We've got a decent day again tomorrow, thanks to this area of high pressure in the lower Great Lakes settling in nicely. We do, there's that little frontal boundary that sort of pushed through and brought you a few clouds and that, 40% chance of showers overnight. We did have a trace through the region, but that's out of the way. And high pressure probably giving you a decent day tomorrow. Friday is a different story. That increase in cloud is going to be mostly cloudy. We've got a chance of showers late in the day. And that probability could grow overnight, but we're being optimistic that that'll all be over by Saturday morning. We'll see some clearing, and wow. Look at these temperatures, and what a great way to start your long weekend, too, with highs of 22 on Friday and 23 Saturday. There's that small probability of showers late Friday. Hope to see it wrap up by Saturday morning in the Quinte region. And you can't complain about those temperatures. Lots of sunshine in your forecast for the next few days. Brockville, a high of 23 tomorrow, mix of sun and cloud. You rise to 24 on Friday, cloudy, and there's a small probability of a shower overnight, and that probability lingers in the morning. But by the afternoon, we start to see the clearing for you, and a decent long weekend ahead for you as well. Smiths Falls up to 23 tomorrow and a mix of sun and cloud. Friday, a high 24, mostly cloudy, a 40% chance of showers through the late afternoon, early evening. That probability could linger through your morning. Hoping to see some partial clearing by the late afternoon, and the rest of your weekend looking fantastic. Kingston, your forecast. There's a partly cloudy conditions and some fog patches tonight. Tomorrow, it's a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 22. Friday, an increase in cloud and a chance of showers late in the day, and that may linger, and that probability could increase overnight. But by Saturday morning, it's over. We start to see some clearing. Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high 22. Beautiful conditions for your holiday Monday with a high 21, up to 21 again Tuesday. A mix of sun and cloud. The chance of showers returns Wednesday.